is dead.
Queen is dead?
The queen is dead.
Queen's dead.
Queen is dead.
The queen is dead.
The queen is
Queen
dead.
is dead.
Queen is dead.
The queen is dead.
Hey, did you see what Contra did?
Oh no. What now?
Apparently introducing pronouns in hyper woke spaces is hard on her.
Well, I guess if it's like a bunch of performative cis people only asking because there's a trans person, like I kind of get that being a little irritating.
She said it's hard because of her passing privilege and added a line about it only helping non-binary people.
Wow. Gonna comment that introducing pronouns, especially with just cis people, like helps all the trans community normalize that.
Yeah, I think healthy critique will help.
I'm being brigaded for how horrible it was to cancel Contra.
Yeah, healthy critique.
Yeah, I'm off to give a healthy critique.
The queen is dead.
Queen is dead.
The 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 queen is dead. Queen is dead. The queen's dead.
The queen is dead.
The
Queen is dead.
dead.
The queen is dead.
The queen is dead.
The queen
Queen's dead.
is dead.
The queen is dead. Long live the queen. Don't get me wrong at the start of this. I'm not saying Contra needs to never make another video. I'm saying she needs to take critique, and that's something she's failed to do. Until she agrees to take that critique, or until she actually learns from one of these mistakes, maybe she should just sit down for a while. We don't want a left that's comfy for just cis people. We want a left that's intersectional and protects vulnerable communities. So there's been this trend for a while that prevents any serious critique of the highest public figures on the left. The top of BreadTube is just untouchable. It's time we attack this head on, because it's hurting us, not helping us. Expressing my views on Contra over the last year have been the most frustrating part of being a trans content creator. I couldn't quite go all in, but there's no way I could leave her statements unchallenged. Contra has said a lot of things in the past that seem to toe the fine line of trans medicalist belief, and specifically has almost always made mistakes that exclude non-binary people in one way or another. Every time she makes this mistake, there's a simple pattern you can follow. Trans people say, hey, that's wrong. And 1,000 knights descend from Twitter Castle as all the banners are summoned to defend the queen of lefttube. Everyone screams at you about cancel culture, and 1,000 cis people remind you, Contra's done so much good for the trans community. This isn't some magical armor that deflects the valid harm you're doing. If someone donates $2 million to clean water funds, we wouldn't excuse them murdering someone in the middle of the street. If someone raised $25 million for charitable causes, it wouldn't be okay for them to use their platform to recruit for a cult and control people. Good is good, but the presence of good does not negate the presence of bad or harm. And in Contra's case, it's harm. Then Queen C deletes her Twitter, takes a week or two, and then comes back with some not apology, and starts the cycle over. Well, that cycle needs to end. For a whole slew of reasons. We'll start with the important one. Nobody looks good in that much glitter. The actual point here is critique is necessary, especially to those with the biggest reach. Critique is how we, as content creators, learn and evolve to better viewpoints. This creator worship has stopped exactly that. Contra, a trans woman my age, can be directly quoted as saying, I must be the last of the old transsexuals, when in reality, there's tons of trans people, tons and tons of trans people, our age or older than us, who don't have all these oopsies. Because we took the time to get involved, interact with the community, to learn, to teach ourselves. So instead of worship. I'm here to demand better. If you can't rely on your heroes to take critique and learn the truth, it's time to kill your heroes. And find new ones. Find better ones. There's no point you should stand someone so hard that it removes your ability to see when they are wrong. A leftist becoming too big to fail is us becoming part of the problem. I'm sorry that you love when mommy shows a little leg and then her clapback was on fleek, fam, or that look was fire. That doesn't change that there's measurable damage being done. After the last Twitter delete, Contra came back and said, Gwen's in charge of Twitter now, haha. Then like a week or two later, tweeted the equivalent of, I'm back, bitches. Hashtag YOLO. Hashtag haters gonna hate. Hashtag buck me, daddy angel. Just to finally release Opulence. A video where Contra isn't playing a character. It's just her. Aggressively uses words like transsexual for self-identity. Does a Benny Hill style joke about the cancel mobs with zero comments about what she said that actually affected people. And platformed a super damaging transphobic man. Internalized transphobia affects a ton of us. But unless you're Buck or Blair, you don't really make a career out of it and hurt people for a living. And unless you're the queen, you don't high-five them and promote them on your channel. If anybody else did that, they'd already be gone. Imagine if a right-wing pundit or talking head or political commentator actually platformed Buck Angel. Would you be okay with it? Because I wouldn't. Contra isn't speaking for the trans community. She's dangerously misrepresenting it. I'm willing to kill my heroes. I hope this makes you look at your heroes and decide if they need killed too. Not in the sense that we don't want them to create and help, but in the sense that we don't worship and stand them so hard that we can't critique their bad, that we can't point out when they're wrong. The changes we want and the education Contra needs don't require her deplatforming. However, if she keeps on this path, then the harm is just allowed because she's the best of BreadTube. So for now, she needs to listen much more than she needs to speak.